that's a mess. And that popped loose. Doesn't take much. Yep, but I have some bloody knuckles there. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Hanging with the House Rides. Kids was riding dirt bikes yesterday, and Barrett's just quit. Can't get it to start. So pulled the spark plug. We've got spark there. Pretty sure we got fuel because I can smell that. I started tearing into it, but then I took it up to the car wash. So we're back. It's pretty clean. I'm gonna try to get the cylinder off there because I'm thinking it needs rebuilt. So I've never done that on a 65. I used to race dirt bikes at a 125, so it's been about 20 years, so let's see if we can tackle this project. All right, I've taken the shrouds off, and they were just held on by these 4 bolts, screws, and then 1 bolt into the radiator. And then there was a bolt up here on the tank. I took it out, and that kind of holds the seat on and the tank down, I think. So I'm gonna get rid of this clip that's on the gas line. And then I can pull, probably gonna get gas everywhere. I should be able to pull this gas line off there. Got it. And I think that's all that holds the tank on, so it should just lift off. And now we got a little better access. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna take the exhaust off now. And get that out of the way. It looks like you got radiator hose. That's just a breather. What do we got over here? Okay, we'll have to take this off. All right, yep, we're gonna take the exhaust off. And then some hoses. And the cylinder should come off. I'm trying not to make a huge mess with the radiator fluid, but we'll see what happens. All right, I did spin the bike around to have a little better light. So pull this bolt out. Man, that's on there good, and I don't have any snips. They use zip ties on here. Got that one. Surely there's a, you don't have to use zip ties. There's like, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'll use next time. Maybe one of the wire ones. Got the pipe off. It's filthy. The silencer anyways. Got the baby wipes. I'll put the screw back in here so I don't lose it. It might take a little longer, but I like to do that because I'm not sure when I'll get back to this project, or I know I'm gonna have to go somewhere and get parts because I don't even have parts. I'll probably get one of these little hose clamps to put the pipe back on, the silencer. Okay. All right. I think I got some springs in the front, if I remember right, to pull off. Oh, and then there's another bolt at the bottom. Let's see if we can get you around here. We got a couple springs. Oh, shit. That's annoying, breaking knuckles. On. Yep, but I have some bloody knuckles there. Yikes. This one's hard to get to. We got a bolt down here. If you can see it. Looks like there's 2 bolts left. Hang it, oh, sorry, I'm wrong. There's 2 bolts for brackets for this pipe. And then we've got 2 going into the cylinder also. Everything is so little on these bikes. I don't even know what size they're. 1, 2, how many are there? 3 maybe? Holy shnikes. I can't get on. Get on that one? Can't get on that one. I think I can. Well, this is gonna be fun putting this sucker back together. Jeepers. Just can't get on that last one because the pipe bends around there and the frame's getting in the way. Alright, I'm gonna see what size socket this takes. And then get that last one out. Alright, that ended up being an 8mm. Put the screw back in there. To get the pipe off. I'm gonna get it out of the way. I want to show you something real quick. It had this this little clamp that goes on here like this. Actually, it went on the other side. I guess to maybe for strength. Don't know. But anyway, that was on there. So we don't want to forget that. So I'm gonna put these screws, these bolts back in here for right now. We're gonna keep tearing after it. I'm gonna put this 1 bolt back down here in the bottom bracket. And I think we're ready to get rid of the we got 1 radiator hose going in over here. And then this, it's gotta be a hydraulic clutch. I'm gonna take this bracket off here so I can get rid of the cable. And then we should be able to get the cylinder head off this sucker. I mean, I can just, surely it's supposed to have more compression than that. I don't know. Barrett was riding it, kind of went ball, and then it died. We couldn't start it. Tried to push start it, couldn't do nothing, so took the spark plug out. We've got spark, so I guess, oh geez, they've got this sucker got stripped off here. It's 2011. I mean, it's not in terrible shape, but who knows how many times this has been off here before. I am not going to take this, I'm going to take the whole cylinder off. I'm not going to take this head off. I don't think I have to do that, so we'll see what happens. It's been a minute since I've been into a 2-stroke before. So we're gonna keep plugging away. Stay tuned. All right, let's pull this radiator hose off. Let's see if you guys can see it right there. Yep. Take this 1 clamp off. I wish I had a lift where I could just stand up and do this, but oh well. Well, that's a mess. I might just take this whole freaking clamp off to get out of my way. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room to get it out of here. I know on my last one I had was a 2002 CR125, and I'm pretty sure I had to take the radiators off, but I mean, that's been forever ago, so I don't necessarily remember perfectly. I think that's everything off here. Let's try to get the cylinder off. Size is 10mm. Be right back. The only 10mm open end one I got. This rusty old thing. That's gonna work. Guessing these are studs. Yep. Maybe I ought to just drain the radiator and I can always put new in. I can't take that much. And then that'll get that out of here, so it'll give me plenty of room. Alright, hold on guys, change plans. Because this has been done before, because I can see this is all jacked up. That's way up in here. That other side off and we'll get that hose out of the way. Maybe get a little more room that way. Anyways, this one is a Y hose. I think that it's got clamps in the middle. I'll get this off here and find out. But yeah. Yes. So these middle ones are fixed clamps. There, that's stuck on there. I know that's which way it goes. I'll put these parts out of the way and then I'll try to get that cylinder head off there. I'm making a mess now, boys. Get this all cleaned up here in a little bit. I might get a little hammer and tap on that. And then it should. Once that breaks loose on that gasket, hopefully the piston, we can get the piston in the down position. That'll give us more clearance to get this out of here. All right guys, I've already tapped on the other side, broke it loose. I'm just gonna use this rubber. It's a snap-on. And that popped loose, doesn't take much. And then we're gonna see if we can get the spark plug thing. Get that piston down in there. Oh, there's about as far as it's gonna go. Golly. That is our cylinder head. We'll look in here, make sure it's not all scuffed up, and it looks. I need my phone to shine some light in there, but the cylinder head looks pretty good. I'd say it's pretty good. Now the piston, we'll get this piston out of there. I'm gonna measure it, because I'm pretty sure it's the stock size, but I'm gonna measure it and then call the parts store and get a new one ordered with a gasket kit. And we are going to be there in the same town as the parts store on Friday anyway, because we're gonna go out to eat. So hope I can pick that up Friday and get her back together Saturday. All right guys, here, let me get this on some pliers so you can see it. But these little clips, so I'll hold the piston. There's a pin in there. So it holds that pin in. It connects the piston to the rod. So got this clip out, and then it should just pop out. So we'll see. There we go. That is actually on a bearing inside there. So it doesn't look horrible, but I'll measure it. The ring is probably worn. We'll just put a whole new piston and ring in there. And then that way we'll know we're good. It's $100, so. I think we're at a stopping point now until we get some parts ordered. And then I'll catch back up with you guys when we put it back together, and fingers crossed, sucker will fire and run again. So if not, we spent $100. It needed a top end anyway, and we'll take it up to the parts, to the motorcycle shop, and see if they can figure it out. So stay tuned. We'll be back when it goes back together. Oh, what's up guys? I didn't get any video putting this bike back together, but I ended up putting a Tusk, so you can see this hour meter on here, and I made like just like a L-shaped bracket that just uses the bolt for the Just use the bolt for the front number plate. So we got a half hour on this rebuild and it quit again. But I pulled the plug and the boy had fouled the plug, so had to order a new one. We got the new plug today, fired it back up. I don't know, maybe it might need some carburetor work still, but anyways, the bike starts up, runs, it's working good. I think we'll might do another video on the brakes and bleed the brakes and whatnot, but for now, this is gonna be the end of this video. Sorry, the heater is running in the background, but we gotta get this bike out of here, finish this video up, because I got a new tonneau cover to throw on the truck, so before the kids get home from school. So anyways, I want to thank everybody for watching, and hopefully you learned something, enjoyed the video. Hit that like and subscribe button, and once again, thanks for hanging out with us.